A new poll finds Donald Trump is still on top with Republican voters. An NBC News SurveyMonkey poll from Friday and Saturday shows Trump with 23%, 10 points ahead of Senator Ted Cruz, Ben Carson, Carly Fiorina, and Senator Marco Rubio round out the top five.
Mark Halperin, who's missing from that top five?
The national frontrunner, the dominant, inevitable nominee, Jeb Bush.
Well, that's just stunning to me.
All right.
And by the way, Scott Walker, the other national frontrunner.
The two people that are the national frontrunners, they look like establishment candidates. Look again at the top, actually four. Look at the top four people in the Republican Party. This is a headline, not Donald Trump, not comments on Friday night on CNN. The top four, that is your national headline.
Three of whom have never held elective office.
And the fourth has been running against the Republican Party from the second he started running for the Senate in 2000.
But there are questions that have been raised about this poll. It was a SurveyMonkey poll. It's what's called a non-probability survey. It's not from a group across America. It's from a group of people who respond to SurveyMonkey polls who are then adjusted to try to get the right demographic.
Well, we can have Chuck Todd, who talked about this a good bit yesterday. They were the most effective pollsters in the British races and have a great track record. And Chuck Todd spent most of yesterday talking about
but in your heart of hearts, do you seriously think that's the lineup right now in terms of who's where?
Could be.
All right, the poll is good news for Cruz and Fiorina, who are the biggest movers after the debate. More than 1 in 5 voters say Fiorina won the debate, with Trump not far behind. Fiorina says fundraising has increased after her performance, and she is confident she will soon become a top-tier candidate.
I would also remind you that at this time in previous presidential elections, the polls, the pundits, and the money said that Jimmy Carter couldn't win, Ronald Reagan couldn't win, Bill Clinton couldn't win, and Barack Obama couldn't win. So the truth is, this race has just gotten started, and game on. We're going to talk to as many people as we can through every medium there is. I will continue to do what I've done from day one. I will answer any question. I will talk to anyone. I'm not afraid to talk about anything. The more people get to know me, the more people support me. So that's what we're going to keep doing.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump came in second in the poll for who won the debate. He's also topped the poll for who lost it. Nearly 30% said Donald Trump. 14% believe Senator Rand Paul did the worst, followed by Jeb Bush. And 54% of Trump supporters say they would still vote for him if he ran for as an independent candidate. Kristen, what are your thoughts before we go to break on all of this, including these poll results?
The best analogy that I've ever heard to describe this whole Donald Trump phenomenon is a reality TV analogy, that he's the character on the show that is kind of the villain that everybody loves to hate, but the producers want to keep him around because he makes for great television. And what I think you saw over the weekend is maybe the producers deciding maybe it's time to get this character off the show. I mean, that's what you've seen a bit with this feud with Fox. Eric Erickson at the Red State Gathering, they uninvited Trump from this major gathering of conservative activists, and reports on the ground seem to suggest that a lot of the activists there were kind of okay with this, that this may have been the point. I mean, I don't think this is the thing that pushes him too far, and frankly, I think it's weird that we're so focused on this question about blood when I'm more concerned about him retweeting people that call women bimbos, and this isn't from his reality TV show days, this is from pretty recently, but I'm also not Donald Trump's intended demographic. I'm not the person he's trying to win over, and so I think Joe may be right. You know, I think of that 23% or so that support Trump, I think some of it may have just been people who they just like that he's ticking off the establishment, and they don't care what he says because they are just sort of blind to the reality that he's probably not going to be commander-in-chief. They just like that he's causing trouble.
All right, coming up on Morning Joe, presidential candidate Donald Trump will join us, and breaking news on the anniversary of all the unrest in Ferguson. Gunshots fired, 1 person shot, 3 police officers injured. We'll go live to Missouri. Plus, is Chuck Schumer shot as